read a poem called Basta Cosi, which I may have read in its previous incarnation here. And this poem went through a radical change at the last second before the book went to press. There was an error in the page proofs, actually, that caused me to have an epiphany in which I realized I needed to rewrite the entire thing, totally restructure it, just junk it and start over. And it, at one point, was a poem. It's a poem where there are two sort of aesthetic strategies arguing with each other. So it was a poem that had a main text and footnotes, and the main text was one voice and the footnotes was the other, and then they would go back and forth and argue with each other. And I looked at the messed up version and I thought, man, I really ought to try and see if I can get both sides of that argument somehow wound into the main stanzas and do it all in the main text. And whether I succeeded at that or not, I don't know, but I know it's the fastest I've ever rewritten anything in my life, and I still like it, and so that gives me extra affection about it. If I can find it, for God's sake. Oh, here we go, okay. And it's called Basta Cosi, which in Italian means something like, enough of this, and if you want my Italian corrected, just consult with Valerie, about whom or to whom you may also speak regarding Friday night's Stories on Stage event, starting here at 7:30, serving wine, thank you very much, starting at 7, so be back here. Basta Cosi. To hell with the language's bella figura, each knuckle separately gloved, no touching. Each rib a line in the sand. Enough disjunction, your sounds cloud the air, utter pulse, and your lips rush my throat. List with me on the mist-slippery cobbles together. I care not whom we scandalize, so let words, which are bodies, reveal bodies. Let the tongue, that arbiter of sweetness, clot and finally fail, but in the meantime savor the erotic in a syntax that cleaves to relation. Let's have a real old-fashioned love poem, for Christ's sakes. Let us not settle for copulative verbs. Let's have moonrise over the Mediterranean, and 6 tiny fishing boats lighting their lamps, and your head in my lap, and my hands in your hair, and you asking me, please, to keep humming that old song, because I am so good at it, and so beautiful, and such a comfort to you.